Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stephen Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Thursday, October 19th. We have a three-game slate today. As always, if you want to watch our full video, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel at Roto Beast. And if you want to play the actual lineups that we're playing, please visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. So before I jump into the picks, I just want to just tell you a little something about NBA. The first 2 days that have really frustrated me. It's been chalk central. I mean, plain and simple. Everybody's on the exact same plays. If everybody in your lineup is going to be over 50% owned, it's going to be very, very hard to be profitable day in and day out. Although I do think that as we go on, get a little bit more into the season, the ownership percentages will start spreading out a little bit. As the past 2 days, there have been some obvious chalk plays as well as some obvious big name plays. So I think that's just kind of playing a big part into it. But hey, NBA is our best sport. We kill NBA, and we're gonna kill NBA again this year. We're 2-0 on DK, 1-1 on Fanduel. It'll be all right. I told all our members the first week to please bet light. We don't know how teams are going to use people. So we want to kind of let the rotation settle in, see, who's going to play what, how much they're going to play before we really start betting heavy. The number one thing in DFS is bankroll management. That's very, very important. A lot of people don't, think about bankroll management as being something important, and that's why they have to end up keep redepositing. So just play smart the first week or so, let things unravel, so we can figure out kind of what's gonna happen, and hey, then we'll start cranking it up, and we'll start getting that big time money in. So let's jump into this Thursday slate. I'm going to start off with just kind of talking about the teams that I think that you should target in order, and then I'm going to give you the top four plays from each position for tomorrow that I think should be there. So we'll start with the Thunder going against the Knicks. They have the highest implied total on the slate. They're projected to score 113.5 points, and they're at 12-point favorite in this matchup. You really got to like the Thunder. The team is looking good. They got Paul George in the offseason. They got Carmelo Anthony to go with Russell Westbrook. And a lot of people are saying that they're going to be a really good team. The Knicks, they're pretty much in a rebuilding phase. The only good player they really have, in my opinion, is Porzingis. You really got to like the Thunder tomorrow. They're looking very, very promising. Next, we'll go to the Clippers. They're going against the Lakers. One thing about playing my Lakers is that we play a very, very fast pace. So a lot of teams that play against us, it gives them that bump usage. Because they are gonna, with the faster pace, they are gonna get more shots up, more possessions in the game. So the Clippers, they have a 112.8 implied total that they're projected tomorrow. They're a 5-point favorite against the Lakers. So you gotta like the Clippers. Without Chris Paul, I think that Blake Griffin is gonna have to step up big time. I really like him tomorrow. So next we'll talk about the Raptors going against the Bulls. The Bulls have so much going on right now. They're in a complete rebuilding phase. They got rid of Butler. They got rid of Rondo. They got rid of Dwayne Wade. So they're playing all young guys, and then you got the Porzingis. I'm sorry, not Porzingis. You got the Mirotic and Portis fight. So both of those guys are out, and those are two of their better big men. So this team is just a complete mess right now. The Raptors are the biggest favorite on the board. They're projected to win by 13 points. They have 110 projected total points they're projected to score. And the Raptors look really good tomorrow. The only thing is I think that they can smash the Bulls and just kind of sit their players a little bit. They may not get their full minutes allotments if it was a closer game. But we only got 3 games on the slate, so we got to go somewhere. So, I definitely think that the Thunder, the Clippers, and the Raptors are the top 3 teams to target. I would also target the Lakers. I think that the game is going to be close with the Clippers. Lakers have a lot of talent on the team. They're They're projected to score 108 points. So, I mean, they're going to get some points as well. I really like the Lakers tomorrow also. Even though, like I said, they're not favorites. I mean, they got a lot of good talent. I really like Jordan Clarkson tomorrow with Caldwell Pope out. He's suspended. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as far as team wise that I'm gonna target, and let me get you my top plays at each position. So we'll go with point guard first. I think the top point guard, it's easy. It's going to be Russell Westbrook. He's going to be chalk again. He's going to be 80, 90% owned. You got to pretty much just plug him in your lineup, especially in cash games. He's a must start. The next guy I'll talk about is I like Patrick Beverly. The guy, I mean, he fills up the stat sheet. He doesn't just do one particular thing well. He's a great defender, and he gets a lot of steals. And the Lakers are young, and I feel we are going to turn the ball over somewhat. And I could definitely see Patrick Beverly getting 2 or 3 steals. That equals 3 points a pop now. So that's an easy 6 to 9 points. Plus he'll get his assists. He'll get a couple rebounds, a couple 3-pointers he'll knock down. So I do think that Beverly is the second best point guard tomorrow. I mean, he also gives you that value to kind of pair with Russell Westbrook. It would be hard at point guard to kind of get Westbrook and Lowry, who I think is going to be the third, best point guard on the slate. It's going to be tough to get those 2 top guys in, so I think you are going to have to go with Westbrook and then pay down at the second point guard position. So, I do like Beverly a lot tomorrow. And then we'll talk about Kyle Lowry. He's going against the Bulls. They're depleted. His team's a big favorite. So I definitely think that he's in play tomorrow. He gives you that savings if you do want to, especially in GPP, get off of Westbrook, maybe thinking that he's not going to have such a monster game with Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, then you could go with Kyle Lowry. I think he's a pretty solid fantasy player. I like him as my third point guard. And my last point guard, I think this is more of a GPP play, but I got to go with my boy Lonzo Ball. The guy's going to be good. I know his dad's annoying. I know that, people don't like him because of that, but he's going to be a really, really good player, and I think he's going to definitely play tomorrow. He has a little ankle injury. I like him a lot. I think he's a solid GPP play. We've seen in the preseason and we've seen in the summer league, guy put up a triple-double. He's good. He fills up the stat sheet. That's what we like in fantasy. Definitely take a look at Lonzo Ball. Next, we'll go to the shooting guard position. I'm going to start off with Andre Roberson. The guy, he's not a really good scorer, but he's a really good player. He gets a little bit of everything. He gets his steals, he gets his blocks. And with this new Fanduel scoring with the 3 points for blocks and steals, you definitely want to get a guy that has, the upside to get 2 or 3 of each of those. Roberson gives you that. So I like him as a top shooting guard. And he gives you a little bit of savings as well. And next, we'll talk about Austin Rivers in the up-tempo game against the Lakers. The last couple of years, the guy's just been getting better and better. Now that Chris Paul isn't there, I think, he's going to be more featured in the offense. And, we've seen in the past, he can score. The guy's a scorer. So you got to like Austin Rivers tomorrow against the Lakers. Next, we'll talk about DeMar DeRozan going against the Bulls. Same thing with Lowry. The guy's a great play. He's probably the top shooting guard on the slate. The problem with the Raptors guys that scares me a little bit is I think they can definitely blow out the Bulls, and these guys may not see their full allotment of minutes. But if you think it's going to stay close, if they have any chance for it to stay close, you got to take a hard look at DeMar DeRozan being the top shooting guard tomorrow. And the last shooting guard I'll talk about is Brandon Ingram. The guy's good. Plain and simple, he fills up the stat sheet. He's long, he gets blocks, he gets steals. That's going to be a theme. It's like we're kind of getting pushed that way. We have to look for those guys that get those blocks and steals now because they're worth so much. Plus, he scores the ball. He gets rebounds. So I think he's a great play tomorrow going against the Clippers. So let's go to small forward. It's obvious. The top small forward is going to be Paul George going against the Knicks. The guy's just good. Plain and simple. I'm really excited to watch this game tomorrow and see how Paul George, Carmelo, and Westbrook actually play together in a regular season game when things matter. In preseason, it didn't, it doesn't really matter. The minutes are all over the place. They probably weren't really playing too much together. So to actually see them all on the floor for a good amount of time together and see how they work, I think it's going to be interesting. And I definitely think that you got to lock in Paul George tomorrow, especially in your cash games. Next, we'll talk about Danilo Gallinari. The guy, I mean, he's shown in the past he's a very, very good fantasy player. He puts up points in bunches. Scoring wise, he'll get you your rebounds. He'll get you a couple assists. The only thing I don't like about Gallinari is I feel he is a little bit more scoring dependent, than we really want out of a daily fantasy player. But I mean, the guy can light it up at any time, and he definitely has almost as much upside as anybody on the slate. Next, we'll talk about Norman Powell. For the Raptors, I mean, the guy last year started coming into his own. I think he's a really, really good player. I like him a lot. And I think he's a great play tomorrow against the Bulls. He's one of the younger dudes, so it's like even if they are blowing out the Bulls, he'll still get his minutes. They're still going to give him his minutes for sure. So definitely take a look at Norman Powell. And the last small forward I'm going to talk about is Luol Deng for the Lakers. He's a guy who fills up the stat sheet as well. He hits some threes for you. He'll get you some rebounds, a steal or two, maybe a block. And he's a fair price. So definitely, we're gonna have to find some value tomorrow because you're gonna have to fit Westbrook in. You're gonna have to fit Paul George in. So I definitely like Luol Deng tomorrow. So let's move to power forward now. We're gonna start with Carmelo Anthony. He's going against his old team, revenge game, I would say. I could definitely see a narrative where Westbrook and Paul George feed Carmelo the ball because it's his old team and they want to get the guy. They want their guy to be looking good, against his old team. He had a lot of problems in New York, so he's definitely going to try to stick it to his old team for sure. Next, we'll move on to Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, without Chris Paul there, he's going to be the main focal point of the offense now. We've seen in the past, Blake Griffin, he gets all stats, and he's a really, really good fantasy player. The problem that's always been with Blake Griffin is he couldn't stay on the floor, so that's his problem. But we don't got to really worry about that tomorrow. It's the first game of the season, so I mean, he's looking pretty healthy right now. I think he's a great play tomorrow against the Lakers in an up-tempo game. I definitely like Blake Griffin. Next, we'll move on to Serge Ibaka for the Raptors. The guy's just good, and this guy, I mean, it's been a couple years that he's actually led the league in blocks, so we know he's going to get us some blocks and possibly a steal. He's a really good defensive player. He's stepped his game up as far as scoring-wise. He's a pretty good three-point shooter now. He gets his rebounds. I think he's a very, very solid play for cash games tomorrow. And the last power forward I'm going to talk about is Julius Randle. I know I keep saying this, and I'm not trying to be repetitive, but all these guys we're talking about, I mean, they fill the stat sheet. Julius Randle, the guy gets everything. He had a triple-double last year, a couple of triple-doubles, I think. He gets his rebounds, assists, his points. The only thing that kind of scares me a little bit about Julius Randle is I think that him and what's his name? Larry Nance Jr. For the Lakers. I think they're more in a timeshare, and I think that they're gonna split time, and that's been a thing about Randle is he's never really got crazy amount of minutes. He's always played high 20s, low 30s. He's not a guy that we can say, hey, he's gonna get us 38 minutes a game. And now with Larry Nance, they like Larry Nance a lot, so I think that his minutes could tick down a little bit less. And I think I could easily see Julius Randle only playing 25 minutes, and that's pretty scary in cash games. But I think he is a great GPP play. Just the fact that we know he has that upside to fill up the stat sheet. So let's go on to center. Let's round it off. We're going to start with Steven Adams. The guy's a fair price. He's going against the Knicks. The guys, I mean, I like Steven Adams. I played him a lot last year. He's not going to get you that crazy amount of points, but he's going to get you a solid amount of points every game. So I think he's a solid cash game play tomorrow. Next, we'll go to DeAndre Jordan. He's going against the Lakers. DeAndre Jordan, I mean, he's a defensive player. That's what we're looking for on Fanduel now. We're looking for those blocks and steals. He's going to get you your rebounds. The thing I don't like about Jordan is he's not too much of a scorer and he's not too much of a guy that gets assists. So we're really going to rely on those rebounds and those defensive stats with him. And that's the only thing that scares me a little bit. Next, we'll talk about Jonas Valanciunas. This guy, he's a pretty good player. You know, he's pretty good. The problem with him is he's super inconsistent. He'll have a monster game, and then he'll have a disappearing act. But you know, going against the Bulls, they're shorthanded on big men. So they're going to be playing a small lineup a lot tomorrow, and I definitely think he can swoop some extra rebounds in there and get a couple easy baskets. And the last guy I'll talk about, I think he's more of a GPP play, but we got Brook Lopez going against the Clippers. He has a tough matchup in DeAndre Jordan, but Brook Lopez, he's good. I like Brook Lopez. I think he's a good scorer. Yeah, I mean, he hits threes. He hits threes now, and DeAndre Jordan, he doesn't really like to play out on three-point line too much, defending. So I definitely could see Brook Lopez having a good game tomorrow. I think it all depends on if his shot's going down or not. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at for Thursday, October 19th. Those are my that's my NBA picks right there. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button below. And if you want to talk about a player that I didn't mention, leave a comment and we can talk about that player. It's not a problem. You know, I'm gonna get a little bit deeper into research tomorrow. This is just kind of like my first look. And so yeah, hey, let's get this money tomorrow. See you later.